10-year note yields moved higher midweek, seeing a print of 4.12 today. That's the highest we've seen 10-year note yield since going back to December 13th. And since the end of December, marked at December 27th actually, we've seen 10-year note yields rise 30 basis points. A lot of that having to do with better than expected economic data, which we saw today via retail sales. Likewise, we've seen a shift in rate cut odds. Just a few weeks ago, we saw about a 100% chance that they would be cutting the rate by March FOMC. Today, that stands at about 60% odds, even got as low as 50-50 in the early part of today. So as we see better economic data coming in, we see 10-year note yields rising and we see rate cut odds declining. Again, 10-year note yields rose today, getting above 4.10 and touching 4.12 for the first time since mid-December. Now, what does this mean for volatility? Well, if you check out that CVol index over at cmegroup.com, you will see the volatility has been trending lower in 2024, except for yesterday we did see a move higher. And as throughout 2024 we've seen yields moving higher, volatility has been in decline, kind of going against that historical norm. Well, after yesterday's rise in volatility, today continued to move lower, despite the fact that yields are moving higher. Again, seeing volatility close lower midweek. Last, let's talk about what we have tomorrow. Tomorrow is Thursday, which means we get our in-the-moment look at the job market via the claims number. We also get some housing data in Philly Fed, but also want to point out that Atlanta Federal Reserve Bank President Bostic will be speaking about the economy. Now, lately we've seen several Fed presidents and governors talking about the economy and policy, talking about the need to keep rates elevated for longer, not denying the fact that the market may be pricing in rate cuts later on in 2024, but perhaps the speed of when those rate cuts occur, some of these Fed governors and presidents have been opposed to, and we'll hear from Federal Reserve Bank President Bostic tomorrow to talk about just that. So midweek, 10-year note yields continue to move higher, getting north of 4.10 for the first time since mid-December, ahead of tomorrow's claims, housing, Philly Fed, and Atlanta Federal Reserve Bank President Bostic.